Say no to the special interest groups who care only for themselves and their causes. Say no to the extreme environmentalists who would save a fish but let the farm industry die for lack of water. This results in the working poor paying more for their food. Everyone seems to be going green except the farmer who feeds us, and he is forced to go brown. When is a fish more important than a man? You legislators need to be reminded that the fish did not elect you to office. My mother used to say, what is it that you do not understand about no, the N or the O? Spending and taxing is always easier than offending. It is time to offend. If you cannot do so, then we will offend you by removing you. Since April 15, we have been on the streets and on the telephone with other issues relating to stop the spending, we are taxed enough, and with success. We have stopped the propositions that would have levied more taxes upon us. It was the Tea Partiers who led that battle and won. The people said no with a 2/3 majority and sent the politicians scampering back to Sacramento to trim the budget, as they should have done in the first place. Even the governor says that he got the message. Live within your means, get rid of the waste and extravagances, and don't raise our taxes, he said. Isn't that pretty much what we are saying? Isn't getting the message this time, when so slow to do so in the past, may have had something to do with the Tea Party petition to remove him from office. We will see, and yet remove if need be. But the President and his Congress have not yet got the message. That is why we are gathered today. What do we do now? You individually must contact your U.S. senators and tell them not to vote for the cap and tax bill approved by the House. It is one of the most dangerous bills that's ever been voted on in the House, and you have to be personally involved in stopping it. You do not want your energy rates doubled or tripled. That means your food rates double and triple too. Only 10% of the stimulus bill has been spent. Let us demand that the rest be frozen and unspent. States, counties, and cities can still say no to the funds that do not actually exist outside a printing press and keep that portion of their liberty. We can recover without the debt, as we did in 1982. The sky did not fall. Every prospective legislator should sign a statement promising no new taxes. Read my lips. Only this time, keep it. Tell government to better manage the third of your paycheck that they already confiscate from you. Don't you think that's enough? All new laws should have a specific link at the bottom of the bill to the part of the Constitution authorizing the power they seek. All new laws should have a 20-year sunset clause. This naturally removes outdated laws. If it is still needed, let it be initiated again. All new legislation legislators should sign a no participation in earmark statement so that they cannot purchase their office with taxpayer money. And we need term limits. And an audit of the Federal Reserve. We have many more. Not everyone is in agreement on everything. That is fine. Stay in tune by reviewing Tea Party Patriot websites a couple of times a week so that you can participate more fully. This is not a cry and run response. We need you constantly engaged. We did not beat the British by just crying, then running. Two tried models for resolving our economic problems exist. One, the model of the 30s, the other, that of the 80s. The one invited shared poverty and required a war and massive death to end. The other, a 25-year economic boom. We did it in 1982. What did we do in 1982 that was so successful? Serious tax cuts, real deregulation, meaningful budget cuts, and a strict anti-inflationary monetary policy. We demand that our elected officials return to prosperity economics or move aside so that those who will can get us out of the crises the ignorant have created and perpetuated. Can we set party aside long enough to do so? We deplore the opportunists who wish to use this moment to undermine the Constitution or reduce the liberty given us by our founders, or worse yet, to use this downturn to justify world monetary governance. We further resist any attempt to combine the United States, Canada, and Mexico into North American Union modeled after the European Union. We wish to purge our government of the influence of the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, and Skull and Bones, and any other special interest group that works to undermine our independence from every other country on earth. We demand that our elected officials be informed of and loyal to the constitutional principles that made the United States the greatest country on earth. To Congress, the President, the Supreme Court, and to all governors of all states and their legislative bodies, if you cannot follow this course, please step aside so that the rest of us can. Enough is enough. You will not destroy our liberty. You are to be commended for being here. Many of your friends that complain the most about their loss of freedom are now on the beach or sitting by a swimming pool. Aren't you glad that George Washington and the other founding fathers didn't opt out when it was their turn to stand for liberty? Some of your friends will never see their loss of freedom. Some may even be on the other side of liberty. Our day is no different. To these folks, I repeat today what Samuel Adams said of such in his day. If you love wealth better than liberty, the tranquility of servitude better than the animating contests of freedom, go home from us in peace. We ask not your counsels or arms. Crouch down and lick the hands which feed you. May your chains set lightly upon you, and may posterity forget that ye were our countrymen. May our God bless us in our quest to retain our liberty as he did our forebears. Thank you.
Dr. Harold Pease, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Harold Pease. All right, while we're putting this together, we got a lot of different submissions from people. Hey, I wrote this song, I did this, I did that. There's a guy who kept calling me all the time. Hey, I got this song, we wrote this song just for the people of the Freedom Rally Tea Party movement. And we want to perform it for you. And I'm like, okay, well, we don't have the opportunity to get you in your